Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And we got the update to Captain Britain today. So we are going to go over that update. We're going to look at what's new in her kit. And again, this is a Captain Britain that I am not necessarily used to seeing because I'm older. This is a Captain Britain from a newer era of comic books. Captain Britain in the comic books historically was a male. This is the female version of Captain Britain. But we're going to go over everything. Lots to look at, and we're going to run the kit through the Winter Soldier Realm of Legends and a lot more, so stay tuned. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. Don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, here is Captain Britain. Currently, I have her as a 6-star rank 3. She is not available as a 7-star. She could be a rank 5, 6-star ascended. That gets her to around 30, I think 31, that for me, 31,000 power index. Right now, she's about at 18.7. She is, as you can see, I've duped her a whole bunch of times. She's at a level 160. So let's take a look at her kit and see what is new. So basic attacks deal energy damage instead of physical damage. So sometimes that's important because there's nodes that allow you to do more damage with energy. So she is an she's got a couple anti-skill things, and of course she's got weaknesses against tech, which is right here. So she cannot have the duration of her neuroshocks or exhaustions, which are passives, not debuffs. They cannot be affected by ability accuracy reduction. And then she starts each fight with a 3% safeguard passage, which lets her prevent a certain amount of damage while struck or blocking hit. So she's pretty beefy in that instance. If the safeguard is removed or prevented, then Captain Britain regains it after 20 seconds. So then when either champion is knocked down or Captain Britain is struck by a critical hit, the opponent is inflicted with a non-stacking exhaustion for 4 seconds. Now that's important because that exhaustion, which lowers critical, they give the definition here, it lowers critical damage. Neuroshocks are a passive that does just damage. It doesn't do a lot, but we're going to stack a bunch of those, but we have to have that exhaustion on. So you're going to have to knock the opponent down, put the exhaustion on, and then you start hitting them to put neuroshocks on. So neuroshocks, they do a certain amount of energy damage over 10 seconds. The potency of the neuroshocks is increased by Captain Britain's prowess potency, which she'll get some eventually, but doubly reduced by her current cowardice potential, so max 200%. When inflicted with a shock or bleed, inflict a neuroshock. If struck by or striking an opponent suffering from an exhaustion, inflict a neuroshock. And can trigger only once every 1.5 seconds. So basically, you're going to get 2 every time you put on a exhaustion, essentially, if you can get it going right away. So I wish the exhaustions lasted a little bit longer, but they don't. And then whenever the opponent purifies or cleanses a debuff, inflict 2 neuroshocks. Now that's important because that's your anti-skill. So that is the one place where she's good against skill opponents. So when inflicting a neuroshock or gaining a prowess effect, you gain 1 psionic charge, so this is her shtick. And when activating a special attack, gain 6 of these charges. When knocked down, gain 2 indefinite charges. When inflicted with a cowardice or special power drain effect, removed. So that's kind of something that comes out with some of the tech champions. And then if knocked down while one of these effects is active, remove 2 psionic charges. So up to a maximum of 4. So psionic mode. When we get 10 or more of these charges, if not already active, we go into psionic mode. It lasts for 1 second per psionic charge. So if you got 10, that lasts for 10 seconds. When activated, pause during a special attack. While in psionic mode, you get the following. Cannot gain more, and you gain the following. So, personal neuroshocks tick 200% faster, so that's where the damage all of a sudden comes in. Any personal neuroshocks inflicted during psionic mode are paused until psionic mode ends, so basically they become permanent until psionic mode is done. When activating a special attack for each level of the special, gain 1 indefinite 15% prowess passive. When psionic mode ends, remove 3 of these. Captain Britain is stun immune during her dash and medium attacks. That's nice. So that means she can't be parried. As a defender, psionic mode goes on a cooldown for 15 seconds after it ends. Special attack 1 will give us a 6-second exhaustion and also puts a slow on. If purified by a skill champion, inflict a matching slow passive. While active, Captain Britain's personal exhaustions are paused. The big one is her special 2. On activation, you get a bulwark. And then while the bulwark is active, basic attacks inflict a neuroshock. So that's a big one, because this lasts for until the next psionic mode ends. So easy peasy. And then hits with the special attack also gain a massive increase to crit rating. And then special 3, special attack cannot be affected if psionic mode is active. So if you get to 3 bars of power and you're in your psionic mode, you will not be able to activate this. Basically what you need to do, well, we'll go over that. So enter psionic mode and increase the duration by 8 seconds. So if you had a level 10 charges, that's 10 seconds plus another 8 seconds is 18 seconds. This is perfect. This is a big one. Gain a non-stacking 60% power efficiency passive lasting until the psionic mode ends. So that's a super important one because the cost of specials is reduced by that amount. And that's gonna feed into the rotation we're gonna do. And then finally gain 6 additional indefinite prowess passives. Okay, so, and then with the awakened ability, increase personal duration of exhaustions. For me right now, it's at 9.7%. I think it goes to around 10%, which isn't for each psionic charge. So that actually causes them to last a while. Psionic mode increases the duration as if Captain Britain had 10 psionic charges. So if you hit them, knock them down, then the exhaustions are actually going to last a long time, and you're going to put a bunch of neuroshocks on them. And each personal neuroshock reduces the ability of the opponent's energy resistance by 33% of their current energy resistance, max 100%. So you're going to do more damage because all of her attacks do energy damage. So the rotation is going to be to let out a special 3. We're gonna hit with as many heavy attacks as we can to get that exhaustion on, and then we're going to start putting the neuroshocks on. We're going to work our way all the way up to a special 3, but what's going to end up happening is we're going to go into psionic mode right when we hit this. So we're just going to keep powering through until we're out of psionic mode, and then we're immediately going to hit the special 3, which is going to activate psionic mode again. It's going to give us 6 additional prowess effects. And then we're going to work our way back up to a special 2, which shouldn't be too bad because of the non-stacking power efficiency. And then we're just going to start working our way through special 2s. And every time we use a special 2, we're going to get more prowess effects. We're going to get the bulwark. We're going to get more neuroshocks. We're going to get the crit rating. And we're almost immediately going to be able to go back into a special 2 because of the power efficiency. All right, so let's get into it. I have yammered on enough. We're going to do I think I've got this team built already. Winter Soldier here, and the team is built. So this is a synergy team. Some of these champions I would use, and some of them I wouldn't. I would definitely use Psylocke. That's a really low-level Psylocke. I would use Domino and Colossus, but not necessarily all of them. So let's look at champion info. And let's look at those synergies. So I've got the Psylocke synergy. So strike an opponent with a critical hit inflicts a non-stacking degen buff. So that's going to do some damage. We've got a Domino here, striking an opponent with a critical hit is a 21% chance to grant a non-stacking precision. That's good. We've got the Colossus. So all non-villain champions gain 10% attack rating, 5% physical resistance, 5% energy resistance. Okay. And the Night Thrasher, extend the duration of psionic mode by 2 seconds. So that's good. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see how long. And this is a rank 3, so it's, we're not going to, I don't think we're going to do this under a minute, but I just want to see how well she works and how many these neuroshocks we can get on. And we're going to work our way up to a special 3. So we're going to do this, and there's the exhaustion, and we're going to keep hitting. And we're now, so the neuroshocks don't last that long. They just don't last that long at all. But she's not really taking a lot of damage here. And we're going to keep this going here. Okay, we're going to hit the special 3 now. She's going to go into psionic mode, and it's going to stay effective for a long time. And you'll notice we've got, okay, now we're going to hit, so you notice I didn't lose all, wow, that was nice. We didn't lose all of our power. And we're going to keep going, and she is going to do a bunch of damage. There we go. And I should be able to work up. All right, here we go, here we go. Okay, and he is done. That might have been around a minute. And I'm interested to see how much damage he took from neuroshocks. All right, so other is 11%. Basic attacks was 30%. So oh, it doesn't even count them. That's really weird. Because that doesn't add up to 100. That was a minute 17, so that's not too bad for a rank 3 6-star. I would imagine that a rank 3 7-star would be pretty awesome. She might deserve, I mean, she's got to rework, so they're probably going to put her into the 7-star pool here soon. But that's weird. So, yeah, out of the damage, it doesn't really register because that's only 44% of his health. So I would say out of all of that, a lot of that was probably from neuroshocks. Okay. All right, well, that is the video that I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.